inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. McDonald. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37.
First play's a run with Nwangu.
Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kene Nwangu, his 8th 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
And look at this defense for the Vikings.
They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Here comes third and the length of the football.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
From scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Now the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Love back to it here after the pick six.
Oh, right on the heels of the pick six, another ball intercepted.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They'll go right back to Nwangu.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now back to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll set up to throw.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Ready. 2nd and 10.
Ready. Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Love from the gun.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. 21-0 our score after 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Dobbs goes in motion.
Love now on 2nd down.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Dobbs.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. To throw now, here's Love.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
Come on, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch out now, 50 Fury. Hey,
they'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll throw again. Here's Love on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's McDonald. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Black shot.
To the air again, Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Ready, ready. Blue striker. Red cycle. Ready?
Love now.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Set, cut. Green jack. On the ball. Right, white. Ready.
Working out of the gun. Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second down, Love. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Another run down for Nwangu.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit.
He's got a man, complete. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Kene Nwangu.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
That's taken in by Watson.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This 1st half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the 1st half.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Love now to pass on first down. Flushed out right. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can push ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with a 28-0 lead, you figure they're just going to be happy to take this lead right into the locker room.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On first down, McDonald. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Love. This is caught. And he's brought down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On the double.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Ultra. Go ultra. Hey.
Now receiver in motion left.
Steel. Black. Set.
Throwing. Love. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Let's go.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hut, hut.
Love looking to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Come on.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Ready?
Here's Love. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they've got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looking to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18.
On the give is Nwangu.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kene Nwangu.
An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Play action this time with Love. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield and man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
144 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A gain there of 21 yards.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are pouring it on.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, Love. Finds his receiver, Watson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Jones breaking from the contact. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Here we go, set.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. First down, going to the air with Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Dobbs goes in motion.
Striker. Set.
On 1st and 10, Love. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he will find his man Schwartz. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, They've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Buying time to his left. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from the...
Here's a diving catch right side. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A 2nd down throw for Love. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Let's go.
Dobbs goes in motion.
Play fake. Here's Love. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th-quarter deficit. Carlson's extra point up and good
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40.
A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
They'll run with Nwangu.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Nwangu.
This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10.
Here's 2nd and 7.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's caught at the 2.
And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll look to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Looking to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
97. Cut.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Yellow. Zoom. Slide through. Ready?
Here's Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Lucene. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And now they'll shift things around.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball...
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Love now. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal.
He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.